What's going on, everybody? Thanks for tuning into this video. I'm going to be showing how to basically create blocks and what blocks really are in Shopify schema. Because when I first started developing with Shopify, I was coming more from a React and JavaScript background. I had no idea about the concept of blocks, but really I fell in love with them, and they're just a fantastic way to build Shopify websites because it gives a lot of customization to the store owner. Or if you're the store owner, you can, you don't have to dive into the code every time you want to add something or change something. It's super, super useful. Anyways, I'm really excited, and I want to show you under 10 minutes how basically Shopify blocks work. So let's start right from the beginning. We'll create a gallery section over here, and we'll go and just set up a basic HTML template for our section, and we'll give this one a gallery section container, and we'll give this one, we'll give it an h3 title, and we'll give it some section settings, the title. We're gonna give it some liquid tags with reference to the schema that we're gonna create in a bit. And then what we're gonna have is a for loop where we go for block in section.blocks. And what this basically says is that we're basically creating a for loop for all of our blocks in our block section of the schema. And the way that you create for loops in Liquid is very easy, very plain English. For block in section.blocks, we're basically creating this item that's inside of these blocks, and we're gonna loop through it. And I think that's it. Actually, for each one, we'll create an image, or actually a div class equals gallery image container. And I apologize if the naming is kind of bad here. And then we'll create actually another div outside of this, just so we can contain it all. Gallery inner container. Should have thought this through before. Nevertheless, this is a very important concept, very useful. And I'm trying to make this fast because I hate those videos that just linger on for a long time. Nobody has time to watch super long videos anymore. And basically a schema, as we know, is an object, and we'll give this one a name, and we'll give it gallery images, and we got to give it let's give it a setting, right? Because we have that setting that is the title, and we'll give it a type. The type will be text. ID will be title. And we'll give it a label, enter title. And then what we can also do is give it a default, as we know. And we'll give this one a gallery section title. All right, so after that, we can jump straight into the blocks. And this is also an array. And inside of this array, we're going to have an object. And each object is basically a block that we can create. And you're going to be given an option to basically create different kinds of blocks, and you can select them all from the same section, which is super fantastic to use. And you'll only really understand how useful this is once you start working with Shopify websites. Anyways, let's continue on. We'll give it a type, and that's going to be image and name, images, and this is going to be the settings for the block itself. Right, so we're creating kind of like mini sections within oh yeah, so this is going to be an object as well. An ID. So it's all the same again, just as you would do like a regular section, but this one is much more powerful. Image, and then we can also give it an info, just some extra information to the person who's customizing, and then we can say 800 by 800 pixel recommended or something like that. And so we just created a super quick, very simple block. And then in here, we'll go image, and the image has to have a source. God, what am I doing? And then in here, we would do block.settings.image. So over here, we did section.setting.title because it wasn't inside of a block. Okay, and you'll see this once we go into the customizer, but basically you want to have something, if you want to have something that's not inside of a block, you just put it in the settings for the actual schema, and then for each thing that you want to have a block, you have a separate kind of setting for the block itself. Okay, and actually in here we need something to tell Shopify what we're looking for out of this image. And basically we're saying that we want the image URL so that the image tags can properly displayed inside of the source attribute. And then we're saying that we want the master format of the image. Okay. And there's different kinds of formats that you can use for the image, but I like to use master because it's a better resolution. But if you want better performance, there's other things that you can do for the image. Okay, let's save that, and then maybe we'll just give this a quick style, and then we'll say that gallery. We'll say that gallery inner container. And we'll say display flex. Yeah, that's fine. And then we'll say that we want this thing and the image of that, and we're gonna say that we want the image width to be 30%. All right. Now let's go to our customizer. Oop. Why is it doing that? Okay, what is going on? That was strange. All right, let's see. Let's see what we came up with. And let's see if we can add it to our customizer. Let's refresh. It is not the gallery. We name the gallery. We might need to put in some presets. So let's put in some presets, which is basically going to say what we want to be displayed from the beginning, and the name, as we know, is going to be gallery images, as we said before. And the category, image. And the blocks, we're not going to include the blocks. So let's save that. Go back to our website. Refresh it, and we should be able to actually see the section here. Perfect. So we gave it a category image, and then that's what we just created, gallery images. And we'll add that, and you see, as you can see, the gallery section, that's what we gave the default the default title of it to be, right? So we can change it over here. We can just say gallery or whatever, but we can set that as a default. And then these are the actual blocks, which is amazing. So see, we can create one on demand. Super, super powerful concept that Shopify created for their stores. You can save that. Okay, there we go. It just disappeared on us for a second. And we can create as many of these as we want. And we can create as many of these as we want. And the best thing is that we can create as many of these as we want, right? So it's just updating. Sometimes Shopify can be kind of slow, but there we go. Anyways, this is a super quick video that I wanted to create just to catch people up who are new to Shopify about what blocks are and how to use them. And this is kind of the foundation of blocks, and you can expand your knowledge really far into this. You can create things like text, the image picker that we used. There's things like rich text. You can do page select, collections, products. So there's there's a very big selection of things that you're able to allow the store owner to add to their store. Anyways, thanks for tuning in. See you next time.